What's up, everybody? So kind of going back to my morning prep video thing before the day starts, because things are finally starting to pick up. Seems like I'm starting to take trades every single day now, so I'm getting back to the point where I'm not sitting here for a few hours a day not recording anything, so I can kind of go back to this. So the main things that I'm trying to work on today is to use bigger time frames and take profits when I need to take profits. Yesterday I had a really bad issue with really kind of getting whipped in and out because I was trading on the ones, whereas if I was trading on the fives, I wouldn't have even taken those first two trades, and I would have waited for that third trade to come in and then traded on the fives, and it would have been a nice winner. Same with a couple of the other ones, but that's kind of my issue that was going on. My time frame focus was too small, so I need to be a little bit bigger today in that sense. And then I need to be really sure as where I'm placing my profit targets, because in some cases I was placing them really far away, where the chances of them getting there before it hit any other kind of support or resistance was pretty low. So I want to make sure that I'm placing my profit targets right. And lastly, I'm going for having a plan before I enter the trade. There were a couple of trades yesterday. I mean, things were happening so quickly, so fast, that I didn't get a chance to write down everything that I needed to write down before I entered the trade, so I was kind of hopping in with only half of a plan ready. So those are the big things today. Hopefully we'll see some trades coming in, and I'll flip back on when I find one. Okay, I'm looking at SNCR here. It's making a fallen wedge pretty much right since the open. I need to write down some things. I will be trading it on the fives, but I'm going to get half size here and then half size again up at 50. Profit target's going to be the VWAP, so it's probably going to be maybe about 70. I know the 50 came along and is helping. Looks like it's finally catching a bottom here, but I want to see it get above the 9 here on the ones before I really start doing anything with this. Then we also got the pivot point to worry about, but I'll be trading on the fives, and so far looks like the one or the see, the 9's been an issue here, and it's kind of starting to get held.
Save.
Might be getting in here in a second. Nope. Got clipped in. Spread got pretty wide there. Got about 2 minutes till this candle closes here, so gonna have to see what happens with the 9.
Save.
This 50 holds, that's a good sign. And it looks like we're at 34, so if we close above 34, we're still looking good. Right on it. I want to see how this 50 holds. If the 50 can't hold, then it's definitely a loser. Oh, big seller there. Spread's just getting ridiculous. I'm out of this trade. It's not popping. 50 didn't hold. Not closed yet, but I'm not trusting that. I don't like it anymore, so I'm out. Maybe it'll set up later for something else. Okay, I am in JD right now. It is not the greatest of all looking stocks, but there is a lot of other things around it. Oh, that's a huge buyer there. Didn't see him.
OFUR.
All Chinese internet stocks are dropping right now. We're also breaking out of this pattern. Depending on what this stock does around this guy, though, I don't know. Oh, chipping away. Target profit's 40 cents. We're obviously underneath everything here. Okay, so we're gonna move. See on the 5s, it's just the same here. We got all the moving averages. We're all underneath everything right now. Only problem is probably gonna be this low a day here. Now we are underneath. If I can stick it and hold it here. Definitely liking it so far. Was making a really nice triangle at the time. Ooh. All the Chinese stocks are starting to turn around here. It ain't gonna help too much. See, the weird thing about this stock is it's got decent volume. I mean, it's not bad. It just looks a little funny. see, going back to the daily, we got this 9 up in here, which is where my profit target was. So we're retesting the 9 on the ones. Alright, here's the retest. I came back. Yeah, it's crazy it's coming back right now. It's got so much resistance overhead, and it is just plowing right through it. SPY's dropping. This 5-minute candle is going to close here in 20 seconds. Now the volume's certainly thinning out on it. There's not really much more room to give it. If it's just gonna keep going straight through all this. And it looks like it is, so I'm just gonna get out right now. Okay, I'm gonna be done again. I'm just getting frustrated with everything, so I'm just gonna do a recap. First trade I took was SNCR. Thought it might be a pretty early in the morning falling wedge reversal here. I see the 50 finally caught up with it, and it was riding it pretty nicely. So I thought, okay, well, if it breaks this 9 here, and it breaks out of the trend lines, then the next stop is obviously here in the 20. So I would take half size over the 9, which I did. Got in at what, 40 looks like, and then I have my next one at 47. Wanted to ride at the VWAP, but ended up just turning around, cut my losses fairly short, got out at 27. I mean, it's not like a really super good setup, but I figured that it was good enough because at the same time you can see the 5 was catching up, so I figured it might be that chance for it to turn around right there. Didn't, ended up being a loser. And then JD, which is now moving in the direction that I wanted it to, took it short. Right about here I had a nice trend line coming in and then broke down underneath it. Honestly, whenever I took this trade, I did not see this pivot line right here. So what I think I should have done is maybe avoided this trade altogether, because my risk reward on it would have been pretty bad, as well as the low day. But I saw on the daily that 40 was a pretty significant point here because of the 9 here. But it looks like this thing's resetting up later. It's finally now breaking down, hitting 50s and whatnot. What I probably should have done is taken at least some profits down here, but I mean, it came back up too quickly on me. I wanted to see it more, obviously, because whenever this thing first came into the screen that I was looking at, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that that line was even there. I guess just a missed sight that I just missed, so ended up coming all the way back up, and as soon as I got out, immediately turned right back around. I mean, doesn't get any more worse than that, really. My stop loss was going to be on the 5s. I wanted to see it close somewhere above at least the 50 at a minimum, but I mean, it was right here with the 9, and then it kept squeezing through everything. It broke through the 200 and the 50 again, and then the 5s were there, and then the 15s were there, and it was just breaking through everything, just moving straight back up. And at the same time, all the other Chinese internet stocks were also moving up. So I guess this thing is just resetting later. I mean, it's a wedge now. It's not a triangle anymore. So I mean, there's no real short to be taken anymore. So I mean, I wasn't gonna hop in on it or anything. Just another day where I just kind of get screwed by everything, I guess. I don't really know what I could have done to really manage it a little bit better, because I mean, I guess I gave it too many chances. I mean, what I really should have done is taken some profits down here, because that would have been the first profit target point, because it's a low day, obviously. I mean, on the 5s, it's just, it is what it is, I guess. The real trade of the day that I missed because PCG wasn't on my watch list, I had a really nice symmetrical triangle. I mean, everything on this trade was pretty much picture perfect. There was nothing wrong with this one. Looks much better on the 1s, as it usually does. We just popped up, retested the VWAP here. I guess if you were looking at it a little bit earlier, you might have even taken this, maybe would have taken this one long, I don't know, because if you're staring at it right here, you're you know, this whole time you're thinking, alright, it's a short, it's a short, it's a short, and then it pops up, and then it immediately turns back around, and then, I mean, with one candle, it would have hit my profit target, so that would have been the real winner. So down 70 on the day, down almost 200 on the week. Absolutely not a good start to the week. Really not too much I can do besides review and practice, so I'm going to be getting going on that. That's really all there is to it. Just going to be back again tomorrow. Hopefully get some winners, make sure that I'm taking A quality setups. I mean, JD had a pretty good setup, I guess, but I mean, it looks much better on the 5s than it does the 1s, so that's why I traded on the 5s instead. But I gave it enough room for the 1s to see what it did around this around the 200 here, but it doesn't look great on the 1s because I don't know, it's kind of choppy, I guess. Volume wasn't terrible. I mean, the 5s look much better on this one, but just the way it goes. Gotta come back tomorrow stronger. We'll just see what happens. So thanks for watching.